in the sunshine at White Hart Lane. Spurs against Manchester City, lying 5th and 2nd in the First Division respectively. Both pledged to attacking and entertaining football. A match brimming with stars and some as bright, but none brighter, I think, than Colin Bell of Manchester City. And this Spurs team surely know all about Bell. Jennings back in goal, by the way, and Morgan at number 11 after injury. As for Manchester City, they're without young Booth at number 5 and Heslop plays. And good news for them is that Francis Lee passed a late fitness test and wears the number 9 shirt. The referee is Danny Lydon of Birmingham, here having a word with Alan Mullery, and now we're just about ready for the start.
So Manchester City kick off in red and black stripes, defending the goal to our right with a very good record indeed in recent years against the Spurs. Spurs have not beaten City since Manchester City came back to the First Division in 1966. That's 8 league games and 1 in the Cup as well. And Spurs haven't won one of them. Well, their form at Crystal Palace last week was promising enough to make them a little more encouraged this week. But there's Heslop in for Booth. And now Oakes, Somerby. And a throw to Tottenham and Joe Kinnear with it. Lee backing into England. Knowles. Oh, nicely turned inside by Perryman to Peters. And now to Mullery. Chivers, that's looking for Chivers, and he almost played that off for Mullery to come storming in on it. England. Kinnear turning it in again. Chivers once more. And now Mullery. Can he do it? No, it's just past. Well, that was bad luck for Mullery through Corrigan trains. And just outside that post. And that was a goal Mullery would love to have got. And it would have been one in the eye, I must say, for Malcolm Allison. Could be trouble for Manchester City. Chivers there trying to flick it on. But Bell. Oh, straight to Mullery. Mullery being forced out towards that touchline. But now Knowles planting it in again. Peters going in! And down goes Corrigan. From Martin Peters. Finding Lee. Bell right up with him and Somerby outside him. Lee going on and down he goes for a free kick right on the edge of that penalty area. A yard further in, and that would have been without question a penalty. As it is, it could be troublesome enough for Spurs. Heslop, I notice, has gone up on this side of the penalty area. And now from behind that Manchester City goal, looking at the far end, this is how it looks. Young and Bell and Lee all in there. Heslop also. Bell to Lee. And within a whisker, in fact, of being turned on by George Heslop. Bell. Lee turning it inside for Young. And Gilzean again. Oakes. Oakes once more. Knowles to pick it up. Chivers trying to get away from Heslop. And Mullery going hard in on Alan Oakes. There certainly seems to be a bit of feeling between Oakes and Mullery, and here's Perryman. Chivers! Chivers! Oh, there it is! Martin Chivers! Well, it was started by a dogged piece of work by Mullery, and beautifully finished off by Martin Chivers. And that's his 6th goal in his last 3 games. Gilzean. And Kinnear making another run down that right. Peters going hard into the middle. Still Gilzean. Will he get one in with his left shot? Oh, just past. And by the way, not only Gilzean, but Mullery threw his arms in the air. That could only have been a fraction wide. England. Peters. Back for Knowles. Gilzine. And now Kinnear. You can't praise Kinnear too much for the runs he's made down the right there in this very hot weather. And it's not very often the ball comes to him, but he acts as a decoy all the time. Up there again. Perriman, Gilzine. Turning it in again towards Chivers. And now Morgan going in, and Corrigan out in the nick of time. To Bell. Bell to Doyle. And Bell. A little floater there, and England again there with his head, but straight back to Colin Bell. Young. And Summerby trying to go in, and again it's England there with his head, and this time with his feet. Chivers chasing, but outnumbered. Tony Towers. And there goes the whistle for half-time. Malcolm Allison off to the dressing room with Joe Mercer with a job or two to do down there during the half-time interval, because Manchester City are behind, and it was the goal by Martin Chivers after 32 minutes that puts them behind. So Spurs get it away at the start of the second half then, a goal up. Spurs, in fact, who came into this match fifth in the First Division to Manchester City's second, and Spurs reserves at top of their league as well. So although there's been a lot of criticism of Spurs in recent years, certainly this season they're silencing most of it, and now well deserving to be this one goal up. Here's Chivers with that long throw of his again, and Corrigan catching it. Morgan with the corner. And Morgan again getting another chance. Perriman on the volley! Well, if you catch them properly, they go and they're unstoppable. And that one was just fractionally not caught properly. England versus Summerby, and the winner Mike England. Mullery now to Kinnear. Heslop. And England again. He really has let nothing past Mike England. Knowles. Chivers again getting there first. Peters. Gilzine. Peters. Really looked as though something was opening up there for Tottenham, and what a goal that would have been. Summerby. Bell outside him. And Knowles there first, so it's City's ball. Summerby. Watched by Beale. Bell, first time in. And Gilzine right back to get it away. But Bell again. Beating one, beating another, and blinding it there. Beautiful little dribble there by Colin Bell. And City's hopes more and more resting on his ability, I suppose, and Francis Lee's to pull something out of nothing. But now Martin Peters. That's for Chivers to go for. Chivers going in! My goodness, just wide! What a beautiful break by Tottenham. An inch perfect pass by Peters. And a superb looking header by Chivers. And now it's Oakes to bring it away for Manchester City. Young. Summerby well up. Bell making a break on the far side. Still Young. Lee. Driving one hard and low, hoping for a lucky deflection. Who scored in this corresponding match last season. The Manchester City substitute warming up to come on. Chivers, a nice dainty little flick there to find Morgan. And then Chivers again making the burst. He's got Heslop to beat though. Pulling it back, and Perriman going in! And Book, in fact, it was who got ahead there first to turn it back. With a good run by Perriman. And I noticed that Jimmy Pearce is also warming up, the Spurs substitute. Kinnear. Mallory. Mallory now to Peters. Knowles. No, that won't get through to Chivers. Young to Oakes. And now to Lee. Summerby. England coming across to cover. Now Bell. With a shot. And it had a fair bit of power behind it as well. Colin Bell. Towers. Oh, and now Gilzean in a bit of space, and Chivers also. Gilzean! There it is, number 2 by Gilzean! And that should make it safe for Spurs. Mallory delighted. And Gilzean jinking past a couple of City defenders to put that ball wide of Corrigan. So Mallory now delighted, wanting even more effort from his team. And Spurs on the way to inflicting Manchester City with their first league defeat. Their first league defeat of the season. They've been beaten in the League Cup, but they're unbeaten so far in the Football League. Jennings to punch it away to Pearce. Gilzean's first goal, remember, since the first day of the season. So no wonder he looked well pleased as well. Chivers. Now Pardo. To Heslop. And an awkward tackle there by Gilzean on Heslop. I don't think Heslop was too happy about it. Free kick very quickly taken, and it's Oakes to bring it up now for Manchester City. To Tony Book. Young waiting patiently on the touchline. Book planting it there towards Doyle, who was well up, and Summerby, who was in there as well. Two gentlemen who won't be very happy in the front there, Malcolm Allison and Joe Mercer. Pearce now for Tottenham. Perriman begging for the ball, and Pearce not releasing it. Chivers instead. Finding Mallory, Spurs storming forward again. But now it's Neil Young. Bell's made the break, and Beale has spotted him for the umpteenth time this afternoon. Beale stepping in at precisely the right moment. Had a good game, Philip Beale. Oakes finding Bell. Bell going past England for the first time, and a good shot! Good work too by Jennings. From Colin Bell, limping a bit. And there goes the final whistle, and another victory for Tottenham, and one that I'm sure you'd agree that they well deserve. With goals in the first place by Martin Chivers, his 9th of the season, and Alan Gilzean, who'd vanished down the tunnel, having scored the second one with just 5 minutes to go.